at home. It's a mad thing, bro. He's got a big job on his hands, man.
He does. I thought actually the setup was quite refreshing. There was a lot of players playing in their natural positions again. Sterling was playing on the wide left. He had like the three centre backs. They split really wide, and then Sterling and Reece were basically acting as wingers. And Kai had a free role, man, but he didn't look free. You know, no risk, no risks were taken. Man was being extra cautious. Man was wearing 2 condoms on that pitch. Mad safe, bro. It was insane.
Yeah.
So,
bruv, it's crazy, bro. What can I say? And man saying Aubameyang stank the place out as well. What was he? Was he not doing the thing? No.
He just, I mean, he didn't really even get involved too much. You know, like the service was kind of cut off to him. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't really going crazy over the Aubameyang signing purely because I didn't expect the creativity in the service to be at the level he needed. And he's not able to get himself involved in the play as much. He's not going to dribble. He's not going to drop deep and, you know, turn and do all these things. So he needs service, and our team ain't providing that right now. Brother has no signal. So it's mad, but it's his first game. Second game. Obviously, he said he's still wearing the mask, so he's still uncomfortable and whatnot. So maybe we'll just have to see. I think Breuer, when he came on, he looked promising, but obviously had a great chance that he's lashed over the bar. Ziyech, bruh, I can't stand this guy, man. You should have took him, man. You should have took him on that right wing, because damn, he's so predictable. I know you said you wouldn't have mind having him because of Ten Hag, but bro. This guy, when he comes on, he's so annoying to watch because he don't have no pace. He can't go past players. I know he only played 10 minutes, but just you know, it's not the impact you look for when you're trying to beat Salzburg off the bench. But I think Kai for me was one of the main players that I was probably disappointed with the most.
Yeah, no, I hear that. What you man saying? Europa League with us, yeah. Is that what it is, bruv? Chelsea and Liverpool in the Europa. You get me? Chelsea and Liverpool coming down to the Europa League with the man them, bro. Thursday nights is where it's at, G. Told man, can you imagine? Lad. Premier League link up, bruv. You man are coming down to chill with us, man. This
Tottenham lost as well. Can you imagine if everybody just dropped down? It would be hilarious.
Listen, bruv, Premier League link up in the Europa. You get me? And Tottenham as well, bruv. The man them just down here, bruv. Thursday nights, bruv. That's where it's at, fam. You man are missing out.
I mean, we're not going to win the Champions League, but I don't want to go down to the Europa, man. I can't lie to you. I'm not here for it. So, but we put ourselves in a bad position. So who knows? Do you know what I mean? We have to be careful. We got Milan twice now, so we have to do the business, or it's going to be Europa. So it only takes Salzburg or Zagreb to win 2 games. You know, if they play each other twice, when one of them dominate twice, then next thing you know, it's long.
Oh yeah, of course. And you got Giroud, blood.
Salzburg have 2 points. Yeah, so Salzburg drew with Milan, then they drew with us. If they beat Zagreb twice, they got 8 points. So we still have to go to their place. Yeah.
Bro. So yeah, it's not looking good, bruv. You get me? No. It's not looking good, you man. It's looking peak for you, man. You get me? Like the overall style of play and that. What did you make of the first glance of Potter ball though? Because I see a lot of people in chat saying it looked better anyway for a little while.
No, it did look a lot better, bro. Like, you know, I like the way that he set it up. It was what I thought it was going to be as well, which was nice. I thought I would see a 3-3-3-1 kind of shape, 3 centre backs split out wide, kind of hugging the touchline and build up. Then you got the 3 midfielders, Jorginho, Cover, and Mount. Mount was much better in that game, and then you've got Kai in the free role. You got Sterling, who people thought was going to play wing back, but he basically played as a winger. Reece James as a winger, and then Aubameyang up top with Kai just behind him. So it looked a lot better. People were playing in positions that they were familiar with, and once again, the performance was actually all right. It was decent, but not taking the chances, not creating enough opportunities in terms of taking shots on goal. I think they had more shots on target than us. We had no shots on target in the first half. So yeah, just the final third is still an issue. So it's going to take time though. We have to be patient. I think you have to separate the frustrations of being where we are in the group and obviously the fact that it's Potter's first game. So yeah, it's just a bit jarring, but it's what it is.
Yeah, mad thing. Man saying Koulibaly's a fraud, bro. Matisse, do you care to respond?
I mean, he wasn't playing, so
yeah, but how do you think his start man like Ngannou, blood. How do you think his start to life at Chelsea's been, bro? Has he been as good as you've expected him to be?
Nah. He's had a few wonky games, and I'm like, didn't see that coming. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it long term for sure. I think just a shaky start for him. Silva made a mistake in this game as well. Kind of dived in, usually flawless, but that game he had a little error. Aspie's the one that really can't be in that team any longer, man. He's pretty finished. Do you know what I mean? The guy is wear and tear, used goods at this point, expired milk, whatever you want to call it. He's going out sad, so he needs to be on the bench a lot more. I get it. I get Potter playing Aspie and Aubameyang and the big personalities and the captains and all that in your first game. That's not a surprise. Get those people on side. Kind of like Ten Hag, I guess, with Maguire playing him in the first game. You give them their opportunity, but then
you give them a rope, innit? You have to give them rope,
literally. And then when you clock what they're on, then you got to take them out. So yeah, it's not looking good for Dave. but he should have been sold in the summer. You know, I was one of those people that said his time had come to an end. It's time to go to Barcelona, do what you're doing there. And we gave him a new contract. That's probably one of Tuchel's, for me, one of his biggest L's. Giving Aspie the new contract, at least let it run out. But to give him a brand new contract, more money, and he's not even going to be a very integral part of the squad, then
do you think it was sentimental?
Yeah, it's sentimental and lots of change at the football club, ownership-wise, managerial-wise. Now you want to keep something stationary. You want to keep that good homely vibe and feeling. You know, he's the brother that waters the plants. The shirt's always tucked in. The food's always on the table when you come in. All of these things, you know, is homely to keep Aspie, but it's not making sense from a footballing perspective. And even from a leadership standpoint, I'm not going to lie, we should be looking for new leaders in this team now. I wouldn't say the leadership in this team is of such a level like it was with, like, you know, JT and Drogba, and to the level where it cannot be replaced. You know, I think even the leadership you could look at and say, all right, we could be better now.
Yeah, I hear that 100%. But what's your general feel before we move on from Chelsea? What's your general feeling, about Graham Potter coming in? Because obviously, like, where do you think this can take you? Do you think that this will get you back on course for top 4? Are you wary? Do you think it's a massive job? Do you think he's up for the challenge? What's your thoughts and opinions? Because obviously every Chelsea fan is different.
No, I'm happy with him as long as he's given time. I think he's going to need time. He's not an instant success guy who's going to come in, walk it, and just start winning things off the bat. He's going to need a lot of time. But I think the signs that I saw last night in terms of the shape, where he had players in their preferred zones, he didn't have people playing out of position. He didn't have people doing things that they're uncomfortable doing. Wingers were playing out wide. You know, 8s were playing in 8 roles. Kai was given a free role. All of these things, it makes for good reading. It probably does help us a bit in top 4 if you go with the thought process that Tuchel maybe had lost a little bit of the team in terms of when he criticized the attack, saying that, and I don't agree. I don't disagree. Sorry, but he was saying that, you know, same attack, same problems. The likes of Pulisic, Ziyech were never going to get back on side once that was said. Even Kai apparently was kind of starting to dwindle as well. But you know, these guys, I don't really particularly rate them highly in terms of Ziyech in particular, and even Pulisic is very inconsistent. So I don't think he's wrong in saying that, but I think as a manager, you have to mind your tongue sometimes, because you can set yourself up. You know, you set yourself up for a trap if you end up speaking too honestly publicly, saying things that, yeah, you're spitting, but now when you have to go back in that dressing room, you still have to talk to those people and you have to count on them if they're not sold. And now you can't, because obviously they've remembered what you said. So, but I'm patient, man. Like, it's going to take a time. And I think he's a good coach. I think he's a very good coach. It's all the outside factors or outside coaching, managing the egos, understanding the expectations and the pressures of trying to win a football match every single week. As flexible as he is in his formations, which I like, when you play every few days, you need to probably have.
He's saying in League Honor you trust, Matisse. Huh? He's saying in League Honor you trust. I hear it, man. Your manager's shaving and wearing suits and then thing now, but he's changed. He's not looking homeless again. He's changed. He got bottom, man.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. You know, first night Champions League under the lights, you got to come in a suit, man. You have to.
He had to come suited. Them.
You have to come.
He hasn't even been to a Champions League game before. It's as much as, but you know what? Apart from Jose, he's probably the most likable Chelsea gaffer. You know, he just seems like a calm guy, man.
Yeah, he seemed like a down to earth Cool brother, blood.
Yeah, and he's got that emotional intelligence degree. He's going to need it when Lukaku comes back in the summer. So yeah, man.
Throwed up the place.
Nah, to be fair, when he speaks, to be fair, if we never had the GOAT Ten Hag, bruv.
I said the GOAT. Oh my God.
Then it's fine, bro. If we never had the GOAT 10 Heisenberg, bro, listen, I've got time for Graham Potter, bro. He speaks well. He
does.
Well,
I think his analysis on the game was perfect. Like Tuchel in the post matches towards the end was starting to get a little bit loopy for me. Like, and it happens, stress and losing games.
His head was gone.
His head was gone.
Fully sending for players.
They all start off like this. They all start off speaking well and making sense. And you're like,
he knew his days were numbered, man. He knew he was cutting, man.
Towards the end, though, it starts to get mad. So I'm intrigued to see. I mean, what is good for Potter in a way is that he's not coming from winning. So he's actually gone through quite a few tough patches at Brighton where they haven't won a home game in God knows when, and he's had to ride that out. So yeah, I like a manager that's on the way up and who's come from Sweden, and it's good to see people giving their flowers. He deserves the opportunity. So hopefully, and it's good for English coaching, man. We ain't got any good ones apart from him and Eddie Howe. So yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah,
Ten Heisenberg, my lord.
Yeah, 100%, bro. He's the guy, bro. He's the guy, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my wow! Look at this.
Cooking these man, bruv. The way he's cooking these man, his press conferences are different.
People don't much like the French, man. They don't spare their words.
They don't really give a shit. Like that, bro. Man, ask him questions, bro. He's answering it in minimal words, bro. And then he's not blinking either, blood. He's a bad man. Like that. Man said, is Ronaldo nearly fit to start? He's like, he started against Brentford, blood. You know what I'm saying? And we lost 4-0. What's your point? Like that. He might asking me questions about Ronaldo. He ain't got no time for this.
From the minute he got the United job, he was beefing that Sky Sports presenter. I can't remember his name, man. Immediate beef. He's not here for nonsense. I'll give him that.
Yeah, trust me.
Mad.
Dutch people are very direct. Yeah, bro, he's not an exception at all, bro. That's why I like Louis van Gaal. Van Gaal was on smoke as well. This is what I like. Do you know what I'm saying? Graham Potter, he speaks very well though. Like he commands respect by the way he speaks, innit? But you can't get twanged by men that speak well, because Frank spoke well at the beginning, and that was a fucking disaster, wasn't it? So at the beginning, Lampard was
careful for sure.
Man.
I remember when Tuchel first came in, that man his press conferences were, wow, it's some of the best shit I've ever seen outside of Jose in his prime in terms of Chelsea and just everything being spot on, nail on the head. But, when stress comes, when how you handle yourself, when that happens, that's where we're going to see this degree come in handy, this uni degree. So I'm looking forward to everything, all the challenges ahead. But yeah, man, I like him. As much as the Tuchel thing was a bit rushed for me. They've explained it. I can't really get angry about it. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way it goes. But I like Potter. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Good guys finish last though. You gotta be.
They do. That's the
You need to be a ruthless bastard, bro.
I was watching him in the interview with Chelsea TV there before the game, and I thought, yeah, man, he looks like he showed up to take your daughter out. You know what I mean? He's shirt tucked in, tie, everything, looking like a good impressions he's trying to make here. It's really, really nice. You know what I mean? But yeah, you better have a little bit of bastard about you as well, because this is Chelsea, man. These players will turn you over otherwise.
Literally, you have to know the dynamic you're walking in there, man.
Your guy Todd, trying to do play-ins and playoffs and that, bruv. Man's just come in. Man's talking about all-star games.